Hi everyone, this is Ray, and here's my capstone presentation. My capstone topic is how to be a good snowboard instructor. So here's the content library for today's presentation. First with self-introductory, capstone introduction, teaching process, project result, sense of accomplishment, analysis of orientation issue, and then capstone my future. So for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Ray, and I'm a grade 12 student. I came here in 2019. I'm from China. And then Canada's famous for the snow. Just like I had predicted, I fall in love with snowboarding in 2021. This is my first season of snowboarding. Learned snowboarding with my friend. His name is Richard. We learned snowboarding from all the resources online, for example, YouTube videos or TikTok. We learned it pretty fast, but we all understand it's really hard to be an expert. So at the end of season two, end of my second season of snowboarding, I decided to join the CASI Level 1 Snowboard Instructor Evaluation. CASI stands for Canadian Association of Snowboard Instructors. So it's a 4 days evaluation. And then during this test, I learned skills from professional instructors. And then I also learned how to teach and how to convey information for beginners. I successfully got my license. Just like you guys can see it. And then, so once I got my license, I want to do something with it. I want to do a part-time job in Cyprus for teaching snowboard beginners, but I don't have any experiences before, so I'm not really confident with that. But at this time, my brother and sister they came to Canada to visit me, and then my girlfriend is also interested in snowboarding, so they became my first student. I pick up equipment for them. There, there are a lot of equipments for snowboarders. You have board, shoes, binding, like snow jacket, and then gloves, and then helmet, and blah blah blah. Once we gather up all the equipments they need, I make a body workout plan for them. So snowboarding needs a very precise control of the leg muscle and then how to control your body, how to control your balance. So it's just a briefly working out plans. The teaching process is mainly I use the classy way of teaching, which is I learned from the 4 days evaluation. And I have a little handbook that I carry every time. Mainly split into 5 points. Basics, which is just get to know your equipment, and then sliding. Become comfortable standing on the snowboard while it is sliding. And then control is to control your body, control the speed of and the direction. Turning. Turning is the most important thing, which is you change edge in the fall lines, and then you change your direction, you control your speed. And once the student have a really good techniques of turning, I'll bring them up to the mountain to explore the different trails. On the image, you can see the first image on the very top corner. This is showing how do you get to know your snowboard. It has nose, base, and tail, and I also have toe side, binding, and heel side. In this process, I will help my student to determine the dominant foot, which is the foot in the front and then mainly used to control, to point in the direction you want to go. On the second image is how to get to used to the snowboard. Snowboard is kind of heavy to all the beginners, and then so I'll have them have one foot standing on the snowboard and then moving around, turning around, and then just have a briefly understand of how it feels with the snowboard on. And then after that, we continue with sliding. First with one foot, and then just on the very beginner slope, and then let the board slide by itself. And then the student can stand on it and then feels about it, and then but not interrupting with the track of the snowboarding. Once they get used to that, they will put 2 foot down, and then they continue with turning, which is how they put the body position on different foot, on the front foot, on the back foot, to change the direction they want to go. This is really really important because this is also about safe. Only have good turnings can slow your speed and then control the direction you want to go. So you can always stay on the track. Once the student have a great understanding of how to turn, I will bring them up to the mountain, and then so it's time for them to experience different thrills. During my teaching process, I noticed there are two very important teaching techniques: games and mutual learning. So For the first, let's talk about the games. For some exercises like skating, climbing and designing, push glide, straight running, I'll let my brother and sister, obviously they're learning together. I'll let them have a little games, compete with each other. During this process, they were more eager to learn it fast because they want to get over each other's, right? And also for mutual learning, for pendulum, power pendulum, day turns, some uh, harder exercises, I'll demonstrate that first, and I'll let them follow me. For example, my brother is going first, so I will let my sister to look at my brother and then point out one thing he did good and then one thing he did bad. So during this process, with comparing with each other, they can always reflect on the good thing and then on the bad thing they did. So these two techniques really great increase the study efficiency of the learning. Here's the project result. On the left video is my girlfriend's first day of snowboarding. On the last is the fourth day of her snowboarding. We can tell she really progressed a lot, and then she can already make turns and then control her body and then in a good position. And then here's my brother and my sister's day one snowboarding. Here's my sister's last day. I think it's day five. Yes. And this is my brother's day five. We can all see at the end of the teaching process, they can successfully do all the turns and then do all the basic tricks of the snowboarder. The sense of accomplishment is is one thing that I'm really proud of throughout the Capstone project. Uh, so we all face different frustrations, not only the student but also me. But I will also always encourage them, and then we all always overcome the failures and challenges. For example, my sister, she's really afraid of the height and then the steep trail. So I told her just to focus on herself, just to control her foot and then her body position in order to lead the board, go to the direction she wanted. So she did overcome at the end. And then all my brother and then my girlfriend, they all overcome their fears, and then they have great progresses, and I'm really proud of them. And I can feel the sense of accomplishment at the end of the teaching session because I feels like I'm a good snowboard instructor, and I successfully taught them how to do snowboarding. Analysis of orientation issues. This is a skill my capstone journey demonstrated. So I can notice the weakness during their ride, and I'll listen to their feedback. They always talk to me. For example, my brother said it's really hard for me to turn. So where's my issue? And I look at his riding. I notice that he always put the body position and then leaning backward, which put all his center of mass on the back foot. This is really disadvantages for turning. So I'll put myself in their shoes and then to figure out a solution just for them. And then this is really good techniques, and that's gonna help me in my future life because I can learn how to have flexible solutions for different problems. And what about capstone in my future? I'm heading to US for uh university next year, but Vancouver is still my home. I'll always come back during winter break, and this might be my first part-time job next year during winter break, probably in Cyprus. And lastly, one of the reasons I love snowboarding is that every turn makes me reflect on my last move, power it up, and then go refine the next turn. Thank you so much for listening.